So, कैसा चल रहा है preparation? So, to the new students, good afternoon, Mamata. Those who want to go through Unacademy special classes, scan that code given below. KP Civil is the code. Join Unacademy free classes, special classes. So, irrigation system, types, methods and their importance. Irrigation system, types, methods and their importance, which is the very important topic, especially for state AE AEE exam, SSC JE exam and also engineering service exam. So in state AE AEE one question compulsory, SSC one question compulsory from these topics. अरे अंशु गारू कभी भी सब्सक्रिप्शन नहीं ले लेंगे, ऐसा मत बोलो रिया. He never take the subscription. गेट को इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक बाद में आएगा ना, वेव्स, डैम्स, स्पिलवेज. सो वो बाद में आएगा. दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर स्टेट एग्जाम, SSC JE, engineering service exam. One question compulsory in any topic. So methods of irrigation. First of all, we'll talk about types of irrigation. So do you know what are different types of irrigation? Do you know anything regarding it? Please. Anyone know about it? Methods of irrigation we will discuss later. First, types or systems of irrigation. Types or systems of irrigation. Systems or types of irrigation we classify into two types. Based on availability of water, location of water. Based on availability of water or location of water. Second one, based on duration of irrigation. Based on duration of irrigation. So whether water is present at lower height or higher height, whether water is flowing under the influence of gravity or using the pump and motor, based on that, we can classify this into lift irrigation and flow irrigation. Lift irrigation, flow irrigation. Based on availability of water, we can classify lift irrigation, flow irrigation. Lift irrigation, water is at a lower level, agricultural land is at a higher level. Water lifted up either by manual force, electrical force, pump and motor, mechanical force, that is called lift irrigation. Please understand it. Water at a lower level, land at higher level. Water at a lower level, agricultural land at higher level. So lifted up, water lifted up by, how we can lift up the water? Manpower, mechanical power, electrical power. Lift up is carried out. Lift up is carried out by manpower, mechanical power, or electrical power. You are going to dig the wells, open well, tube well, shallow well, we discussed. Open well, tube well, shallow well, we'll dig the wells and we'll extract the water. And flow irrigation. Flow irrigation water at a higher level, land at lower level. So ultimately water will move under gravity. Gravitational flow. Water will move under the influence of gravity. Gravitational flow हो जाएगा. Water at higher level, land at lower level, and flow is under gravity. Top से, it is coming from top to bottom, higher level to lower level, running under the influence of gravity, gravitational flow. So again, this is differentiated into two types. One is a direct irrigation. When there is no storage structure between source and land, directly source to land, water will travel. Direct irrigation. Only construction headworks are provided. Only construction headworks are given. No storage, no tank, no reservoir, no storage between source to agricultural land. That is direct irrigation. That is a direct irrigation. Storage irrigation. So in between source and agricultural land, there is a storage structure, a tank or a reservoir. Means a dam. You constructed a dam associated with reservoir. Water is getting stored in it. Then water is supplied to agricultural land from the storage structure. That is the storage irrigation. So types of irrigation based on location of water. Water at higher level, land at lower level. Flow irrigation. Water at lower level, land at higher level. Lifting up, lift irrigation. And in flow irrigation, again a direct source to agricultural land. Storage irrigation, source to tank or reservoir. Then reservoir to agricultural land. Storage irrigation. Chalo. Based on duration of irrigation. Based on duration of irrigation. Perennial irrigation. Inundation irrigation. Based on duration of irrigation, perennial irrigation, inundation irrigation. So perennial irrigation, whenever water required, throughout 365 days water is ready. Whenever water required for agricultural plant, it is available. That is perennial irrigation. Inundation irrigation, irrigation done only during floods. When flood water occurred, that excess flood water diverted. Whenever floods occur, that excess flood water is diverted towards agricultural land. That is called inundation, only during floods. So irrigation in delta region. Delta region irrigation. For delta region, flood water is allowed to flow into agricultural land. So this is a river. This is a river, road. This is the road. Now on the other side of road, agricultural lands are there. This total agricultural lands are there. Now heavy rainfall occurred, flood occurred, water is flowing through the canal. River or a canal, water is flowing through the river or a canal. Now that the flooding will lead to damage of road, damage of property surrounding. So that water from here to agricultural land is allowed to flow during the flood occurrence. That is called inundation irrigation. Yes, in the previous chart only, Saket Saha. In the previous chart only, Saket. So, water from the canal is collected and diverted to agricultural land during floods. Very important. It is occurring only, it is taking place only during floods. Not every time, during floods. Chalo? Completed? So, methods of irrigation: surface irrigation, subsurface irrigation, sprinkler irrigation. Surface, subsurface, sprinkler. This is general classification. Again, surface is differentiated into three: flooding method, furrow method, contour farming. Contour farming is best suitable for hilly areas. Contour farming is the method of irrigation best suitable for hilly areas. Flooding, wild flooding, controlled flooding. Wild flooding, there is no control. Uncontrolled flooding, there is no control, because when a heavy rainfall occurred, you are trying to control it, but it won't be controlled. Uncontrolled flooding or wild flooding. Controlled flooding, there are different categories. Controlled flooding: free flooding, contour laterals, border strips, checksar levees, basin flooding, zigzag method. Free flooding, contour laterals, border strips, checksar levees, basin flooding, zigzag method. All these comes under controlled flooding. All these comes under controlled flooding. Chalo. कभी भी खाना का बारे में सोच रहे रेड शर्ट गारू sorry you are white shirt here not red shirt every time thinking about food only true original Bengali na 100% true original Bengali always thinking about food chalo you take the screenshot of this you can take or else I will send you PDF, don't worry. Okay, either take screenshot or I will send you PDF. So total water sources, in total water sources, major irrigation source is canals. Major irrigation source 23% occurring through canal. And artificially when you construct tube well, 46%. Naturally through canal, artificially, manually when we construct the tube well, 46%. So primary source is a tube well, secondary source is canal, followed by other different 16%, then 11% by other sources, 3% by tanks. 3% tanks. In other sources, we have reservoirs, rivers, lake or pond. That comes under other sources. Reservoir, river, reservoir, river, lake or pond or other sources. So what is primary now? Primary source is a tube well, secondary is a canal, all different types of wells, third. Then other sources, lake, pond, river or reservoir. Lake, pond, river or reservoir. So again we have two modes of classification. Traditional irrigation methods, modern irrigation methods. So this is not in our class notes also. This is exclusively for those students attend today. Traditional irrigation, first wala. Traditional irrigation, check basin, drip irrigation, furrow irrigation, basin irrigation. Traditional irrigation में first one check basin, second one strip irrigation, third one furrow irrigation, fourth one basin irrigation. What happened? Arti uncle. So have you seen this model of irrigation? See, all the lands are in a single line. All whatever provided seeds inoculated in a line manner, in a specific line manner, check basin. Have you seen this? All is in the form of a line, detailed line manner, ordered manner. I will show you one more like this. Like this. Like this. So here cultivations going on. Here cultivation going on. So here water is there. Here water will be there. Lands will come, plants will come over here in between. In between. Check basin method. Check basin method. Yes, correct. Most common method using since a long time. Method of irrigation by plots. Method of irrigation by plots. Checks, levees or method of irrigation by plot. So very long time, this is Indian traditional model of irrigation. Indian traditional method. Since very long time in India, most of the crops are cultivated by this method only. So for example, this is your land. You divide land into small plots. Divide the land into small plots, which are called checks or levees. Checks or levees, small plots. Each plot have uniform surface area. Each plot have uniform surface area with a small drain of water. Understand this. This is one plot. It has a drain. Adjacent to it, it has a drain. Adjacent to it, it has a drain. And immediately, this is a second plot. Adjacent to the second plot, again there is a drain. Again there is a drain, water. So uniform surface area containing plots with water in between. With water in between. Each plot has nearly level surface with small drain. Water is stored at highest part of the land. Water is stored at highest place of the land. Nearly each plot has 400 to 500 meter square area. Each plot around 400 to 500 square meter area. And it is best suitable for cereals. Cereal crops. Very important this one. You please underline Mamata Reddy. TSPSC question. This adigarandi TSPSC lo Mamata garu. Each plot 400 to 500 meter square and it is suitable for cereal crops. Cereal crops. For what kind of crops check basin method is suitable? That is the repeated question asked. So please underline that. Cereal crops, it is suitable. Check basin method is suitable for cereal crops. Chalo? Completed writing. This is a strip irrigation method. So a bulging is coming a difference. You understand the difference? We are making a strip with local mud. Local mud is like this. Like this. We are making a strip. Please check it out. This is one strip. So what we call it as a bund. Bund. Na? So this is with the local soil. We are making a strip. And water is flowing throughout in between two strips. In between two strips, water is flowing. Na? So like this, border strip method. So crops are grown here. Please check it out. Crops grown here. Water is flowing in between two strips. In between two strips, water is flowing. Crops are growing. And primary supply channel is located. Primary supply channel is located at the top. Understand now by this picture. So this is a picture diagrammatic representation only gives you more information regarding. Easy to remember also. You remember, imagine, store in the memory in terms of pictures. In terms of pictures, that will be more helpful for you. Farming land is separated into various strips. 10 to 20 meter width, strip width. This width is there, now this is strip width. This one. 100 to 300 meter long. 100 to 300 meter long. Such strips are isolated, separated by low levels. Strips are isolated by low levels, bunds or meds. All are same. Just alternate words. Low levels, bunds or meds. Length of each strip depending upon the land point of slope. Slope is very important. Length is depending upon the slope to area of water supply. But it needs lowest, please understand, lowest workers and lowest investment. This is the method which require lowest labor, lowest workers and lowest investment. Chalo, if you are not writing, no issue. Don't worry, I will send the PDF to you guys. PDF I will send to you. Don't worry. So see this. Bordered strip. Bordered strip. You understand the concept, that is enough now. Bordered strip are either. Dekho. Flow channel, field channel, water is moving like this. These pipes are taking water. These pipes are taking water. Distributing. And here crop is there. Crop is there. Understand that? Please understand that. Is that clear to you? And we'll consider over here. This is only one formula we are having. Yes, bulge of sand is meds. Correct, Harun. Harun, that is correct. Bulge of sand is meds. Time required to irrigate. Time required to irrigate water in an area, to cover an area. time required for water to cover an area, time required to irrigate water in an area. To cover an area, total given area, how much time is required? The one and only numerical formula in types and methods of irrigation. This one only. Time required to irrigate water in an area. T is equal to Y by I log E Q upon Q minus IA. Y by I log E Q upon Q minus IA. Q, we know that discharge of the stream. Q is discharge. I rate of infiltration. Q is discharge. I is rate of infiltration. Area of strip covered. A. Area of strip covered. Y. Average depth of flowing water. Average depth of flowing water sheet. So this is the only formula we are having, and we are expecting a question in GATE in this model. Y by I log E Q upon Q minus IA, and maximum area irrigated. Maximum area that can be irrigated. Maximum area that can be irrigated. A max Q by I. Maximum area that can be irrigated is A max Q upon I. So how much time we are spreading the water in the strip? Water is moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. It is moving away. How much time is required to irrigate that area? That is determined using this formula. Then maximum area irrigated by using discharge and rate of infiltration Q by I. Chalo. Furrow irrigation. Furrow irrigation. So this is a pipe, furrow irrigation by pipe. Furrow irrigation by pipe this is. So a pipe is moving agricultural lands. Then from the pipe, weep holes, water holes provided. Water is falling down. Please check it out. Pipe with holes provided, water is moving through the pipe, and that water released into the agricultural land. So like this. This is piping system given. Plants are located over here. The plants are located over here. Please check it out. And from here, agricultural land, water is taking. From furrow, a pipe is provided. Pipe say water is coming. Understand? Same model, but at certain height. But at certain height. This is at somewhat lower level. That is at somewhat higher level. Pipe is at higher level. Or directly, without pipes. Please understand this. Without pipes, directly flow is coming. Gaps. There are gaps. No pipes required. In top level, water is storing. Downward level, soil is there. So from top to bottom, ridges are there. These are called ridges. The spaces are there. Na? This space is called ridge. So that from the ridge, water is falling down. That is furrow irrigation. That is furrow irrigation. So whenever water crops filled in columns, crops filled in columns. Furrow irrigation is useful. Column 2, column 3, like that given. See this picture? This is column 1, this is column 2. Column 1, column 2, column 3. Column 1, column 2, column 3. Like that crops are arranged. So in such a case, we have furrow irrigation. So water is applied by a long narrow filled channels called furrows. Water is applied to the land. Water is applied to the land irrigated by series of ridges, narrow long filled channels. Long narrow filled channels which are called furrows or ridges. Water not spread on the land. Water will go inside. Please understand. This water is spreading on the land. Water will store here. Water will store here. Water will store here. It will infiltrate. It will infiltrate. Infiltered water rises up. Infiltered water rises up. That is the supplying water. Water not flowing throughout the surface. Water go deep into zone of subsoil, into root zone, with through infiltration phenomena. Got the point? Water throughout time it was stored in between the gaps. Stored water slowly absorbed by soil. Stored water absorbed by the soil slowly through the phenomena of infiltration. That infiltered water is coming on both sides and giving growth for the agricultural crops. In border surface, water flowing on the surface. Please understand, Harun. In border, water is flowing on the surface. So nowhere we talk about infiltered water into the soil. It is continuously flowing. But here furrows, a huge depth is there. In furrow, there is a huge depth. So like this, it will come. So you are cultivating the plant over here. You are giving the plants over here. Where water is located, Harun? Water is located in between. Water is located in between. So water will travel from infiltration to the crops. In border, water flow on surface only, border method. So it reduces evaporation loss and it is very much helpful for the crops like maize. Because columns, maize is the crop which is cultivated in column and needs more water. As it needs more water, evaporation loss will be reduced. Effective supply of water happen. High application efficiency. Application efficiency is very high by this method. Application efficiency is very high in this method. See, basin irrigation. Basin irrigation. So this is another method where similar to border irrigation. We can say this is similar to border irrigation. Nearly approximately similar to border irrigation, basin method. Bunds are made with mud. Bunds are made with mud or cement. Extremely very close to the plants. Very close, extremely close to the plants. And after the bunds, so this is a bund provided. This is a bund provided. Then we are digging the channel. Water is coming here. Water is coming here. Again bund provided. Water is coming here. So it is nearly similar to border, but not exactly. Because you are making the mud or cement bund. Previously we are not making manually. Now we are making the bud. Please understand, very clear cut differentiation, demarcation is. available na, one bund to other bund, very clear cut, and they are arranged in a slope rise manner like this. They are arranged in a slope. In the top it is flat, then it is coming on both sides. On both sides, it is top, it is flat. On both sides it is coming. See, in this ring basin method is most famous. Exclusively big trees. Exclusively big trees. This method is very, very famous. Trees के लिए, for trees, orchards, this method is very famous. So only whatever required quantity of water to the plant, tree, directly moving into surrounding the root system of the tree. So field channel directly supplied into the basin for one tree, separately. Each plant has its own basin, ring. Each plant has its own ring or own basin where water is getting stored. Now, modern irrigation. Modern irrigation, again 4 types. Surface irrigation, drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, subsurface. So, this is not that much important. Previous one is important as per theory part. This one just, you know it. Surface, water flowing on the surface. Sprinkler. Sprinkles are coming. A rotating pipe is coming. Water sprinkled over. Please check here. Please check here. Water sprinkled over. Water sprinkled over. From certain height, sprinkles. Drip. At the bottom, exactly near to the root of the plant, water is dripped out. Exactly at the bottom, nearly exactly at the root, water is dripped out. Drip irrigation. Subsurface. Pipes are provided in the zone of subsoil. Pipes given in the zone of subsoil, and those pipes are releasing the water. That is subsurface irrigation. See, this is surface method. So water is visible above ground level, flowing into the agricultural land. This is surface method of irrigation, application. Through it is application method, surface method of irrigation. So it is divided into long columns. Please check it out. The total agricultural land is divided into long columns. This is main canal or field canal. This is field canal. And these are furrows. Whatever it was provided, this is furrow. Or a ridge in between one agricultural strip to other agricultural strip. There is a gap. Water is moving into it. See, this pipe is delivering the pipe. Do you observe the pipe here? Do you observe the pipe over here? So from this pipe, water is releasing into it. From the pipe, water is releasing into it. Do you observe the pipe? Is it clear, guys? Water flowing on the surface, distributing throughout the surface. Water flowing on the surface, distributing. Very clearly spreading above the ground level. Spreading above the ground level. And this is a sprinkler. Pipes are arranged. Nozzles are provided. Nozzles are rotating with certain force throughout, so that uniform distribution of water possible. In surface irrigation, uniform distribution not possible. So the land, the soil which is located near here, it will get more water. Plant which is available farther will get less water. Non-uniform distribution is possible in surface irrigation. But when you take the drip method, drip will rotate like this. Nozzles, emitters will rotate, nozzle will rotate like this. Jet of water, this is called jet. Morning we studied in FM. Jet of water is coming out of the nozzle. Jet of water is coming out of the nozzle. and that jet will be striking the ground level, parabolic path. So like this parabolic path it will go. Please understand. We studied jet of water released, it will go parabolic path in fluid mechanics. In a parabolic path it is falling down. In a parabolic path it is falling down. And also it is rotating. And also it is rotating. So that as it is rotating, uniform distribution is possible. Uniform distribution of water is possible. See, throughout the system, pump and motor provided. This is the well. This is the well. Using pump, using motor, using pump and motor, water collected. These lines are there now. These lines will drip through the nozzle. They release the water. That is sprinkler method. So water is applied in the form of spray by pipes. Very clearly told. Water is applied in the form of spray by pipe and a nozzle system. Water is applied in the form of spray by pipe and nozzle system. Soil erosion eliminated. Power requirement is more. Power required na pump motor work karne ke liye. It needs pump and motor, power requirement, electricity requirement. But very important, no land preparation. Directly you cultivate, you go for land, directly for agricultural activity without any land preparation. Only the problem is wind force. Only the problem is wind force. The best, very important question, sprinkler irrigation is suitable for Mamata Garu. Note cheskondi, star mark petandi. Sprinkler irrigation is suitable for standing crops in undulating sandy fields. Standing crop in undulating sandy fields. Standing, the crops which are standing in sandy fields. For that, sprinkler irrigation does not disturb the height of the crops, does not disturb sand erosion. 2 points here. Standing crop which is growing by height. If water is forcefully coming, it won't disturb it. So, standing crop it is suitable. And sandy soil, if we are giving a surface irrigation, sandy soil erosion will take place. So, to avoid that erosion, sprinkler irrigation is best in the sandy fields. See the rotating nozzle and pipe arrangement. Rotating nozzle, water is flowing through the main line. This is a lateral pipe. Water move on, pass on here. Pass on here, please check it out, releasing like this. Moving here, again pass on, again releases out. So this is a rotating head sprinkler system. Drip irrigation. Drips out. So small openings will be provided in these pipes. Small openings exactly near to the root. Exactly near to the root zone. Small openings will be given. By that small openings, water released into the soil directly. Small water droplets. Very small drips of water. Drip means small amount of water, exactly required flush of water. Yes. Drop of water to the root. Correct. Drop. Please check it out. This picture. Thick walled drip hose. Drop of water is coming here. Small drop of water. And that is passing towards crop. Micro irrigation, thick walled drip hose. Here also, thin walled drip hose. Thin wall, this is the pipe given. Thin walled pipe. Previously pipe, please check it out, previous pipe. Larger dia, very thick pipe, na? This one. Strong rigid pipe, larger dia. See this one. But here, tube like. It is like a tube. It is not rigid. It's like a tube, flexible thin walled drip hose. Micro sprinkler, small drip irrigation with sprinkler. Drip irrigation, like this pipe is causing drip irrigation. This pipe is causing drip irrigation, but it carry micro nozzle. Water is released like sprinkler method. Water is released like sprinkler method, micro nozzle method. See the beautiful picture of flowers. The beautiful flowers provided by micro sprinklers. The best method to cultivate flowering plants, micro sprinklers. The best method without disturbing the flower and its beauty and its petals. We can grow the beautiful flowers using micro sprinkler method. So drip or trickle irrigation method. This is also called a trickle. Drip or trickle irrigation method. Plastic pipes, PVC pipes, drip nozzles, emitters are provided. Clearly shown in the picture. Near to the base of the plant. See, this is the pipe. This is base. Like this we are placing. This is agricultural land. Here we are placing the pipe. PVC pipe or plastic pipe. Connected to drip nozzle, emitters. Water is released by drop. It needs what it requires for water supply pumping unit, pipelines, emitters required. Highest efficiency, 90% of water application efficiency. Put star mark for this. The total irrigation system, highest water application efficiency is for drip irrigation. And it is suitable for saline lands, salt water containing lands, or water scarcity lands. Where water is scarcity deficit, you can use drip. Where water is very less also, salt water also you can use this. This is contour farming. Step by step, I will show you excellent picture to you. Please see this. Saket garu now want to go and visit this place where this is located. So this is located in the hilly areas. We can observe in the Western Ghats, Wayanad region in Kerala, Western Ghats in Maharashtra, Araku in Andhra Pradesh. See this picture. See this picture. So step farming we call it as a contour farming or step farming. Saket garu, you can go alone. The lonely journey is the best journey, Saket ji. The best farming method. For this is called contour farming. So water is flowing in between the gaps, in between the contour. For hilly regions, I told you. For hilly regions, it is the best method. Yes, in Kodaikanal also it is there, correct. Kodaikanal also it is there. So, very clearly, practiced in hilly region, land having steepy slope. Hilly region and land having steepy slope. And it control erosion due to rain. So guys, by this we have finished. And questions I will send you in the group. All theory questions only, don't worry. Easily you get the answer. If you don't know answers, I am there to help you. This theory will contain answers for your questions. Okay, don't worry.